Hello, my name is Cindy Zerlin. I am the publisher of Inside North Ranch magazine, and today I have Charlie Johnson. And Charlie Johnson is one of our sponsors. He is the owner of Johnson Floor Company. He was on our front cover in March, and I think for those of you who don't know this, Charlie's father, CW, was an institution here in the North Ranch Country Club, and he actually was one of the main founders of the Southwest Collegiate. So Charlie, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I have you on for obviously because you're a sponsor, but more importantly, right now, home improvement is booming, especially in the North Ranch community, right? And I've been noticing people are just looking at the cheapest, and I'm hearing horror stories. So I wanted to ask you, you stated the cheapest flooring bid is not the best value. I think the most important thing is let's educate on why that is true.
Well, a lot of people get the cheapest bid they can to do their project. And there's a lot of ways companies make it look like the cheapest bid. There's a lot that goes into floor covering. It's not just the material itself. You have installation, which is key. You have floor prep, which is a vital part of the installation. Without those two key components and doing those with a licensed professional that knows what they're doing, you're going to spend a lot of money to basically not have a good floor. It's kind of like having a great material for a great suit, but if you don't have the right tailor, it's not going to be a good looking suit. Yeah. So, and there's a lot of other issues that go along with the flooring installation, such as baseboards and moving your furniture back and forth. So it's really the all-encompassing job that matters, and making sure you have a professional installation.
I have been exposed to a lot of people or manufacturers. I had a quick gig working for a flooring company, and I will tell you, boy, if you don't know what you're doing, you can waste time. And I think that was the other thing, right? Was how installations take forever. You kind of know, right?
Yeah, if people don't know what they're doing and they're trying to fake it until they make it, they will end up spending weeks at your house trying to figure out a simple installation because they're not professional. They don't know what they're doing. At Johnson Floor Covering, we have our installers have been with us for over 20 years, 3 different crews. And they know what they're doing. They get in, they get out. And most of the people that use us say, oh, wow, what a great team you have. Well-oiled machine. They work so hard. And what a pleasure it was to have them in our house. And surprised it was so quick to get it done.
Okay, so how do I know? Just for like, if I'm a homeowner, I get bids. And I wanted to talk to you about that too. And we'll get that in a second, but how do I know it's a bad installation? Okay, so after a few days, I start realizing someone doesn't know what they're doing, right?
Possibly. I hope, and hopefully, you'll know right away as they're installing the floor. You might have gaps. You might have hollow spots in your floor, which is very common in a.
What does that mean? Do I feel it when I'm walking? What's a hollow spot?
Yeah, you feel it when you're walking. It's kind of like the old Pergo floors where you feel the hollow underneath your foot.
Okay.
And you can hear a louder spot as you tap your foot on the floor. It kind of gives you that echo sound. What that has to do with, now we're talking about hard surface, not carpet at this point, is not the right floor prep. The floors aren't smooth and level. So as you have the dips in the substrate, you will hear that hollow sound. Basically, they were quick and fast to get your floor down without doing the proper flooring prep.
Can you fix it? Like what happens? Are you screwed? I have to ask. So
no, you have to rip up your floor and get the proper prep done.
Okay, so there you go. And by the way, while we're on, it's not one of the questions I wanted to ask you, but I have to ask you. So for carpet's obviously a lot cheaper than, is carpet a lot cheaper in general?
Yeah, carpet is a lot cheaper, and it's about half the cost on, on par with hard surface wood floor. And then, a little more than carpet, you have luxury vinyl plank right now, which is probably the hottest segment in the market.
I was going to ask you, I've seen that. Like, I'm not even going to tell you where I saw it, but it was in a very, very, very expensive home. And I'm like, this is really cool. He's like, yeah, this is vinyl floor. I'm like, what?
Yeah, a lot of people have
Okay,
you know, they're not really open to it yet until they see it. I do a great thing. I'll come out to
It
your
sounds
house.
cheap.
It does, but until you see it down and how amazing it looks,
Okay.
and it's not for everybody, but I
Yeah.
will take out when someone says, I don't want luxury vinyl plank. That's cheap. I don't want it. Here's the type of wood I want. I'll bring out a bunch of samples. Say, well, which samples do you like the best?
And they
And
always
half the time they'll pick the luxury vinyl plank.
right.
And
And
I'll
how
say,
does it?
well, that's the luxury vinyl. And they go,
Right.
no way.
Yeah, exactly. And also, wood's really expensive too. Like,
Not
wood's
really
beautiful, but
expensive.
well, here's my question though, because if you have animals, right? Like everyone's got animals, can't they like destroy the wood floor versus a vinyl plank?
You know what? Today's wood floors have
Oh, okay.
30-year finishes on them, and it's
Okay.
not like your grandparents' wood floor.
Okay.
The aluminum oxide finishes, factory finishes, you get 30-year to lifetime warranties on them.
Okay.
And we do a ton of wood. Wood's
Okay.
gorgeous, beautiful. It doesn't fit everybody's budget or their lifestyle. Some
Okay.
people will have pets and children that they know they're going to have water messes or pet messes. And sometimes luxury vinyl plank is just a better floor for that situation.
Okay. Or do you do all types of stone also? Do you do stone flooring at all?
We
Ceramic?
do not do stone or
Okay.
tile. So we
Oh.
do carpet, luxury vinyl plank,
Okay.
custom hardwood,
Okay.
sand stain refinish. So everything but stone and tile.
Okay, I did not know that. I'll take that out. Okay, so talk to me. Well, it's important to know, right? So talk
Yeah.
to me about what do you suggest when someone is getting a flooring estimate? How many bids? What are you looking for? Right? Like, what do you look for when you're actually getting the bids? Because you're not going to really know the person yet. Do you suggest someone coming out? What is the best way that someone would? What would you do? Do you guys go out for free estimates?
We go out for free estimates, and
Okay.
we live almost primarily on word of mouth. The only advertising we do is with North Ranch Magazine.
I know, and I
That's it.
appreciate that. I know.
And that's, it's a part of the community,
Right.
and we are a part of the community and have been for 30 years. And
You
so,
just did a plug for me. Thank
I
you.
know,
Because that's
I
who I
know.
need in my magazine are people that are word of mouth. Because you're right. My community does not go by an ad. They go by word of mouth and referrals, right? So thank you for that.
And that's what I was getting to. It's referrals.
Yeah.
And then asking your friends and people in the community who they've used, especially if it's me, and finding out, how great the experience is and the quality of the installation. It's always better. You don't really want to go to a doctor that isn't referred. You don't want to go to, you always want to get the peace of mind of a referral from somebody.
Okay, so say I have 3 referrals. Now what am I looking for?
Well, you want to be comfortable with the person, make sure they're thorough, responsible, and understand your vision and can convey to you and guide you through the process. So,
Okay.
I'll come out to your house, free estimate. I bring samples. You don't even have to leave your house in most cases. I
Okay.
come to you, I measure your house, show you samples. And it's funny, really, 80% of the time, I'll bring the right product for that family or that person. And they don't need to come to the store at all. So I
Okay.
save them that time, that energy, and I know my business.
Point. And that's why I'm actually have you on today, because the prep really is important. The quality is important. You just have to know what you're doing. You really do. And you've got to get in and out, right? So talk to me about what you're doing for safety right now for COVID, right? Because I think people.
I'm glad you asked that question. Yeah, my crews have been on the forefront themselves of making sure that they have masks, that they social distance as possible while they're installing.
Okay.
I think we had a picture with you showing the crew with their masks
Mhm.
at a job, and no one needs to ask us. We're showing up in mask and protective gear for every job that we do.
And I gotta say this because I have to feel bad for these guys. How do you breathe in those things? These guys work hard.
They are hard working individuals, and they've gotten used to the mask, and they want to protect themselves and the safety of our customers.
Yeah. And then the other thing was license. That I have to bring this up again because it's important.
Absolutely.
What happens if you don't get a license? And I have to ask you this because people are not paying attention. What
Well,
happens
if
otherwise?
you don't, you renounced your rights for anything to go after that, the company, installer, retailer, whatever they may be. If they don't have a license, you lost your right to go after them.
And that's if they were, yeah. So basically, crappy job. You then go, oh,
No recourse.
no recourse. I mean, come on, guys. This is your home.
All right, that was another call.
Oh, stop. So you're too busy. Okay, well, listen, I know you're really busy. I don't want to take any more of your time because
No, that's
being off the hook. But Charlie, is there anything else you want the North Ranch community to know besides the fact, for God's sake, you are an institution here. You're just a great guy. I know you personally, and then my family knows you. My best friend loves you. I did not even know you knew each other because of your reputation. Yeah, she's like, oh my God, Charlie Johnson. All right, anything else you want to add?
no, feel free to give us a call. In these crazy times, we're here to help you with flooring. I will give you the right answers. I will guide you through the process.
Yeah.
I may not always tell you you're right or what you want is the best product for you, but I'm going to give you the correct information so you can make those decisions for your own home. We're going to do it in a safe manner with masks on and do a professional installation from a professional licensed company like ourselves.
And that is key. Charlie Johnson, Johnson Floor Covering. I'm going to put all your information down below and an email to contact you. And I thank you so much for coming on today.
And feel free to put my cell phone number there. Anybody can contact me directly. I'm
All right, well,
available. You can.
I'm putting it down. All right, listen, thank you so much for being here. And thank you all for watching another episode of I Want to Know Why the Cheapest Flooring is Not Always the Best. Please send your information to North Ranch Content at n2pub.com for all your questions. And I thank you all so much for being here. Thanks,
Thank
Charlie.
you, Cindy, and thank you, North Ranch Magazine. Next
Bye.
time.